Antarctica is the last frontier. It holds our imagination. The last remaining territory on the planet that could have such a designation is Antarctica.
Antarctica's icy surface hides many unexpected treasures that challenge our understanding of this frozen continent. Temperatures plunge to bone-chilling lows, and unrelenting winds shape an unforgiving terrain. Imagine discovering relics of ancient trees that flourished here over 56 million years ago, and remains of dinosaurs when Antarctica was a very different world. Reports of even a hidden crystal city are sure to blow your mind. Let's have a look at the 20 strange things discovered beneath Antarctica's ice surface. Number 20. The Crystal City. Admiral Richard Byrd, a legendary U.S. Navy officer and explorer, leads Operation High Jump, an unparalleled Antarctic mission. The mission's official goals included scouting possible military bases in the freezing southern continent, with 13 ships, 23 planes, and almost 4,700 military men. But as the trip continued, something extraordinary happened. It's a story that originates from Byrd's concealed diaries, which were discovered after his death, rather than his published accounts. These journals describe a strange turn of events that Byrd found disturbing. While flying above the South Pole, Byrd's squadron discovered an environment that defied all expectations. They were amazed when the cold tundra gave way to a verdant, temperate environment. But that was just the start. Byrd's planes were mysteriously guided beneath the Earth's surface, where they discovered a gleaming, rainbow-colored crystal city. It was a sight that defied explanation and posed a challenge to nature's laws. They were escorted to the ground by a figure alluded to in Byrd's record as the Master as they fell. This enigmatic creature expressed grave concern over humanity's use of nuclear weapons, namely the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs. The Master sent a message of disappointment, pleading with humanity to turn away from its deadly course. This testimony is especially interesting since it corresponds to the post-World War II era, which saw the birth of the contemporary UFO phenomena and a surge in interest in extraterrestrial life. Admiral Byrd's narrative raises intriguing possibilities regarding intelligent beings living within the Earth, observing surface activity. It is consistent with tales of UFO sightings near nuclear missile silos, implying a link between these entities and our nuclear capabilities. The diary, however, suggests that Byrd was told to remain silent about his encounter, raising concerns about a government cover-up. Could this story indicate a deep connection between ancient legends of inner Earth people and recent UFO encounters? Ancient astronaut theorists believe we are on the verge of a monumental revelation in which we will meet the beings of the inner Earth. Number 19. Oval structure. The frozen vastness of Antarctica has a mysterious oval structure that seems like a building. The origin and purpose of this remains unknown. However, the structure measuring 120 meters in circumference is located in eastern Antarctica. This raises the speculation that it may be the work of an ancient civilization. The symmetry and design appear almost too contrived to be organic. Is this proof of a lost era of human history buried beneath the ice? The harsh reality of Antarctica's ecology, on the other hand, presents enormous challenges. The continent was submerged under ice for millions of years, long before our species, Homo sapiens, evolved. The challenges of existing in such a hostile environment are immense, ranging from extreme cold to a paucity of natural supplies. So how could an ancient civilization have thrived here? How was this construction erected in the chilly desert? There are so many questions that remain unanswered to date. Satellite images continue to stimulate one's interest, but they cannot provide conclusive evidence. There is also a possibility that this structure can be a strange geological phenomenon, but until there is a compelling explanation for its formation, nothing can be said with certainty. With its unique architecture and buried mysteries, Antarctica continues to challenge our understanding of Earth's past. Number 18. Giant egg. For perhaps years, a fossil was hidden in the frigid depths of Antarctica. The incredible finding of the thing called into question our understanding of ancient aquatic life and birthing. This massive egg, measuring 11 inches in length and 7 inches in width, was discovered by Chilean scientists in 2011. For years, it sat in Chile's National Museum of Natural History, scientists unable to determine its true nature. Then, in 2018, Julia Clark investigated it and provided an unexpected idea. It could be a blown egg. The thing brings us to the late Cretaceous period, around 66 million years ago, where dinosaurs such as Tyrannosaurus rex and Stegosaurus coexisted. Antarcticoolithus brodii is a scientific name that pays reference to its finding location as well as ancient Greek names for egg and stone. Due to its flimsy shell, this egg seems deflated, resembling a crumpled paper ball, which is unusual among dinosaur eggs. The majority of dinosaurs deposited hard-shelled eggs, but this discovery sparked a new idea. Could marine reptiles give birth directly into the ocean from soft eggs? It seems like it most likely belonged to a mosasaur, a huge aquatic reptile whose bone remains were discovered nearby. This egg, the second largest ever discovered, supports the idea that Antarctica wasn't always covered in ice and that there were dinosaurs walking about. Number 17. Tiny humanoids. The Whitmore mountain range yielded a piece of evidence of life in Antarctica. These minuscule humanoid fossils were uncovered during a search for a UFO base. A team of paleontologists led by Dr. Marley discovered small fossilized bones. Surprisingly, scientific research has determined their age to be 600 million years. These animals were thought to exist millions of years before the first vertebrates and even dinosaurs. The first discovery revealed a compact skeleton concealed within sedimentary rock layers that stood less than a foot tall. The second, extraordinarily well-preserved skeleton gave particular details about these odd species. Surprisingly, they have a human-like physique unlike any other known ape species. The enigma surrounding these ancient Antarctic people grows deeper with each new day. Their identity, population numbers, and technological achievements are all shrouded deep in time. There are chances that these tiny humanoid skeletons are of an extraterrestrial origin, but without any proof, one cannot be sure of it completely. Number 16. Ernest Shackleton's ship, Endurance. Shackleton's lost ship, the Endurance, was discovered hauntingly undamaged beneath 10,000 feet of freezing sea after 106 years. This historic finding, made during the Endurance 22 mission, is a milestone in polar history. The ship's pristine condition, standing upright and boldly above the seabed with the word Endurance still visible across its stern. If we go back to the historical story of the Endurance, which was used for Shackleton's planned Antarctic mission, we come to know how, in 1915, the ship was engulfed in ice. The crew had been living aboard for months and faced the unrelenting pressure of the advancing ice. Shackleton eventually issued the order to abandon the Endurance when it succumbed to the crushing forces of the Weddell Sea. As they set up camp on the ice, the crew's purpose turned from exploration to survival. This harrowing story of resilience lasted until 1916, when all of the crew members were rescued. The expedition this year, which left from Cape Town, South Africa, met significant hurdles in its mission. They used sonar to find the sunken ship, which was about 4 miles south of Captain Frank Worsley's 1915 notation. The astonishing discovery was confirmed by an autonomous underwater vehicle fitted with a camera. The Endurance appeared to have sunk only yesterday, with original paint and detailed decorations still evident. The wreck, a historic treasure, bears witness to Shackleton's unwavering spirit for exploration. Number 15. Mysterious hole. A mystifying occurrence continues to confuse scientists for decades deep within the fascinating icy continent of Antarctica. This was the ever-reappearing hole, Polynya, vanishing and re-emerging. It first captured scientists' interest in the 1970s, when satellites began taking photos of Earth. These strange holes would form in the Lazarev Sea's yearly ice pack, only to vanish by summer. However, the mystery was heightened a year and a half ago when, in the midst of Antarctica's harsh winter, a massive 9,500 square kilometer hole appeared in the same ice. It grew by 740% in 2 months before contracting with the arrival of summer. Researchers believe they have uncovered the mystery of these holes as they explain these ethereal gaps to cyclonic storm scars. Perhaps it was the polar air masses converging at the South Pole like in 2017 when cyclone-driven gusts exceeding 117 kilometers per hour and waves towering 16 meters raced through the region. These raging forces drove the Antarctic ice pack in all directions, forming the polynya, which served as a window to the world beneath the ice. When these polynyas open, they allow for energy exchange between the ocean and the atmosphere, influencing climate patterns. There is also an increased incidence of these mysterious holes with global warming. Number 14. A complete dinosaur fossil. The freezing depths of Antarctica hid the heaviest known Elasmosaurus, a prehistoric aquatic reptile that once shared the Cretaceous waters with dinosaurs. This massive monster, 40 feet long and weighing up to 15 tons, is now one of the most complete ancient reptile fossils ever discovered in Antarctica. Elasmosaurus, a plesiosaur family, were among the Cretaceous era's huge sea animals. The newly discovered Elasmosaurus is thought to be a member of the Aristonectes genus, which is only found in the southern hemisphere. These strange reptiles had shorter necks and larger skulls than their counterparts unearthed in the United States. William Zinsmeister discovered the fossil during a 1989 expedition to Seymour Island, approximately south of the northern tip of the Antarctic Peninsula. The excavation of the massive reptile, however, proved to be a glacial-paced struggle, hampered by unpredictable weather and logistical restrictions. Working in the harsh Antarctic cold was almost impossible. The excavation of this huge Elasmosaurus was ultimately completed in 2017, showing a significant amount of its bones. This discovery provides insights into the late Cretaceous period and the robust marine ecology that endured until the great extinction event that brought the dinosaurs to an end. Number 13. Hidden Nazi base. Google Maps users discovered a hidden entry buried among the ice. This mysterious door sparked quite a frenzy of curiosity as it resurrected a long-running online conspiracy idea, one that supports the secret Nazi shelter in Antarctica. It all began when a Facebook user shared a photograph that depicted a shadowy, square-shaped mark suggesting an entrance. The internet was buzzing with hypotheses, with some suggesting it may lead to a secret U.S. government facility, while others stuck to the idea of a hidden Nazi bunker. This conspiracy hypothesis had its origins in 1938 when Hitler led a German expedition to Antarctica in search of whale oil. Despite this, it was the 1947 discovery of German U-boats in Argentina, following the Nazis' capitulation, that sparked speculation about a covert military station beneath the ice. The prospect that top Nazi officials survived the war captured the imaginations of conspiracy theorists. It is important to highlight, however, that no actual evidence supports this notion. So what is this mysterious door? Speculations range from entrances for legendary monsters such as snowmen or giants to analogies with a rumored extraterrestrial door on Mars. Colin Summerhays, a marine geologist, denies the idea of a hidden Nazi facility in Antarctica, emphasizing that it comes from Nazi experiments during World War II. These rumors persisted, implying that these projects continued after the war, including the production of alleged flying saucers. In the end, while the mystery of the hidden entrance in Antarctica has sparked interest, solid evidence remains missing. Number 12. Mount Erebus microbes. It is interesting to know that Antarctica possesses the world's southernmost active volcano, Mount Erebus. For a long time, it was hidden within Antarctica's icy blanket. This geological monster, formed almost 3 million years ago, is at 3,794 meters above sea level. It is quite strange to witness its frozen exterior along with its pulsing heat on the interior. Erebus, a geological wonder, has been scrutinized before, too. Scientists have carefully investigated its eruptions, gas emissions, rock ages, and other features. The inconspicuous, microscopic residents who live in the soils of the caves near Erebus's top are quite a mystery. Unlike most life on Earth, these bacteria do not use the sun's energy. Instead, they get their energy from unusual sources like iron and hydrogen. For years, investigating these microorganisms was difficult, but now genetic technology allows scientists to gain insights using DNA. In 2012, a team set out to explore EREBUS's caves in search of microbiological secrets hiding beneath the snow. These caves, situated near the surface, can reach temperatures of 65 degrees Celsius, a sharp contrast to the freezing air outside. However, little could be discovered, leaving many questions unanswered. Number 11. Blood falls. For almost a century, scientists have been perplexed by the frightening appearance of the blood falls in Antarctica. This unusual waterfall, discovered more than 110 years ago by geoscientist Griffith Taylor, flows with clear meltwater from beneath the Taylor Glacier. When this pure liquid comes into contact with air, it changes into a terrifying shade of blood red. The fascinating blood falls remained a mystery until recently, when a research team set out to find answers. In 2017, they discovered a hidden labyrinth beneath the glacier. A subsurface saltwater reservoir fed the Crimson Cascade through a network of cracks in the bedrock and tunnels within the ice. The high salt concentration, along with the great pressure of the glacier, defies the freezing temperatures and keeps the waterfall running. The elusive secret, however, resided in the rapid color change. While normal reddish colors in rocks or springs are frequently caused by iron-rich minerals, early research discovered only minimal amounts of these in the water samples, insufficient to explain the deep crimson hue. Alternative theories involving red ice algae ran into difficulties because no substantial proof of algae was discovered, despite signs of carbon. Researchers used a combination of analytical tools to solve the puzzle. Their microscopic examination of water and soil samples revealed small, iron-laden nanospheres the size of billionths of a meter. X-ray chemical examination revealed the composition of these nanospheres, which included iron, silica, calcium, aluminum, sodium, and other elements. Hence, these might have been the reason behind the color change. The blood falls, a century-old mystery, has now been solved. Number 10. Mysterious cave. A mysterious cave hidden in ice appeared on Google Maps, setting off a frenzy of speculation among online users who raised many theories regarding its purpose. Some termed it as a hidden military base, while others thought of it as an old civilization's relic. This strange entryway appeared unexpectedly in 2007 on Greenwich Island, one of Antarctica's southern isles, before disappearing from Google Maps 6 months later, leaving a trail of unresolved questions behind. The satellite picture revealed the cave to be 74 feet in height and 249 feet in breadth. A cave of this size might house hundreds of people, leading to even more perplexity. It was also suggested that the formation of the cave might have been caused by a natural occurrence, such as a snowslide that obscured the entrance. Climate change was also examined, with the possibility that melting glaciers will reveal long-buried secrets. But the mystery was heightened when an intriguing feature became visible, a structure resembling man-made steps leading to the cave's entrance. What was being kept in this cave? Spaceships, flying saucers, or even military assets can pass through such a large entrance. This didn't seem like an ordinary cave at all, but the mystery remains unsolved. Number 9. The Fountain of Youth. The desolation of Antarctica exposed the enigmatic Fountain of Youth, hidden inside the everlasting Gamburtsev Mountains. These spectacular peaks defy their age, with razor-sharp crags reminiscent of the young Rockies while being approximately 200 million years old. Gamburtsev's ageless elegance is concealed beneath layers of ice, a protective cocoon that has guarded them since Antarctica succumbed to ice 35 million years ago. This ice blanket functions as a natural anti-aging cream, activating the delicate thermodynamic mechanisms that have meticulously maintained the Gamburtsevs. But there's more to this frozen tale than meets the eye. A large network of lakes and rivers, a stunning discovery given that water normally causes erosion. Nonetheless, these rivers flow along the mountain's base despite the enormous pressure exerted by the huge ice sheet above, causing water to defy gravity and ascend valleys in reverse. The Gamburtsev Mountains are preserved in an eternal reverie thanks to this arduous climb. Though the Gamburtsev's old rocks formed over 1 billion years ago, differential cooling has given them the look of freshness. Erosion previously chipped away at their majesty, but as Gondwana's breakup forced the land upwards some 200 million years ago, the mountains survived, only to embrace a cooling period 35 million years ago, enshrouding themselves in an icy armor to fight the relentless march of time. Number 8. The Deep Lake. The frozen vastness of Antarctica hides another secret beneath half a mile of glacial cover. The astounding discovery of a lake filled with life forms not only changed our understanding of severe environments on Earth, but it also has far-reaching consequences for the search for extraterrestrial life, notably on Mars. Lake Mercer, hidden behind an Antarctic glacier, has astounded geologists. Preliminary analyses of water samples retrieved from this subglacial lake have revealed 10,000 bacterial cells per milliliter, an amazing density for a lightless body of water buried beneath the ice. These high levels of bacterial life in the dark, subterranean lake imply the presence of higher life forms, possibly microscopic creatures like tardigrades. The lake's abundant organic content adds to this idea too. This discovery is comparable to one made in 2013 when significant amounts of bacterial life were discovered in Antarctica's subglacial Lake Whillans. Scientists believe that the bacteria in these subterranean lakes feed on ancient carbon deposits. However, the consequences of this discovery go beyond our planet. Lake Mercer not only challenges our understanding of life's endurance on Earth, but it also provides insights into the likelihood of life in Mars's subglacial conditions. Number 7. Penguin mummies. Ornithologist Stephen Emsley discovered a concealed mummy beneath the icy veil of Cape Irazar in the Ross Sea in the cold wilderness of Antarctica. Emsley discovered what looked to be fresh remains of Adelie penguins dating back 800 years during a study excursion in 2016. Emsley was impressed by the site's uniqueness. Layers of white, splotchy guano stains and loose chick bones decorated the surface, indicating recent activity. This, however, contradicts historical descriptions from explorers such as Robert Falcon Scott and Ernest Shackleton, who traversed the area over a century ago and never mentioned penguins. Further study found entire chick corpses, rotting feathers, and astonishingly preserved mummies. Emsley realized that snow and ice had periodically covered and resurfaced this place, keeping it for generations until recent melting revealed its secrets once again. Penguins colonized the area due to changing sea ice conditions, only to abandon it when access was barred by approaching ice. This cycle has been going on for millennia. Carbon dating revealed that the site was occupied at least 3 times in the past, with the most recent occupation dating back 800 years, coinciding with the start of the Little Ice Age. Emsley believes that as the Ross Sea warms due to the present climatic trend, penguins will return to recover their ancestral home. Number 6. Pyramids. The discovery of pyramids beneath the Antarctic ice raises several questions. Could these pyramids be the product of ancient Egyptians or the consequence of alien intervention? To solve this mystery, in 2016, Ancient Origins magazine went on a mission to explore Antarctica's unexplored zones. They published a series of scientific articles, supported by intriguing photographs and videos, highlighting strange pyramid-like buildings buried in the icy expanse of the Antarctic. Robert Falcon Scott led an expedition into the frigid wilderness. Among the strange formations discovered beneath the ice by this ill-fated voyage were traces of an ancient society that bore an uncanny resemblance to the ancient Egyptians. The British kept this information buried for over a century, but in 2016, researchers resurrected the theory of Antarctic pyramids. Google Earth images appeared to show pyramid-like constructions encased in ice. These pyramids, which have 4 sides that resemble Egypt's famed Giza pyramids, piqued people's interest in their origins. There are numerous theories as to how the Antarctic pyramids came to be. Some believe they are the remains of an extinct Atlantean civilization, while others claim they are the work of aliens. Nonetheless, most experts believe these structures were formed by normal geological processes, as they are most likely rocky outcrops or nunataks emerging through the ice. One intriguing notion based on the PIRI REIS map is that this image depicts an ice-free Arctic continent, implying that Antarctica was formerly inhabited by humans who built these pyramids over the last 6,000 years. According to scientists, these Antarctic pyramids are the result of abrasion in polar regions where rocks are exposed to ice erosion. While the exact origin of these Antarctic pyramids remains unknown, the search for explanations continues. Now, it's time for today's subscriber pick. Time for our subscriber's pick. Here's an image of what seems to be a pyramid as mentioned earlier, surrounded by remains of an ancient civilization, frozen in time. The remains of the structure seem quite like those of an Egyptian colony. Could it be that Egyptians were so advanced that they had not only traveled to Antarctica, but developed a whole civilization from scratch? Or is it not the Egyptians and some other civilization altogether? Or perhaps even remains of an extraterrestrial colony hidden from the world? Let us know your thoughts. Number 5. Meteorite from Mars. A finding in Antarctica sent shockwaves across the scientific community 20 years ago. NASA scientists led by David McKay announced a potentially significant discovery in the Allen Hills region of Antarctica in 1996. They claimed to have discovered microbial remains in the Allen Hills 84001 meteorite from Mars. This meteorite, which was created approximately 4 billion years ago on Mars, crashed on Earth approximately 13,000 years ago. Magnetite particles were discovered within the meteorite, which was unique because such particles are not generally formed by non-biological processes. These magnetite crystals suggested the presence of ancient life on Mars. However, skepticism rapidly grew, with critics disputing every piece of evidence provided. They hypothesized that carbonate globules and organic molecules could have developed in the absence of Martian microorganisms. Even worm-like structures that resembled fossils were examined and found to be potentially unrelated to life. The magnetite crystals, on the other hand, appeared to defy the inspection of detractors. There was no known abiotic process at the time of the discovery that could produce such crystals. However, further study suggested that shock waves may produce comparable magnetite crystals, undermining the biological origin explanation. While the properties of the meteorite do not firmly establish Martian life, they do provide an indication of the possibility of life beyond Earth. Number 4. PIRI race map. The PIRI race map has confused minds for decades. Created in 1513 AD by Turkish geographer Hacı Ahmed Muhiddin PIRI, or PIRI race, this map contains secrets that defy explanation. PIRI race claimed to have compiled information from 20 different sources, including antique Ptolemaic maps, Portuguese charts, Arabic records, and even Christopher Columbus's travels. But what actually distinguishes this map is its depiction of Antarctica as it appeared over 6,000 years ago, an area that should not have been recognized for decades. Professor Charles Hapgood's innovative theory adds to the puzzle. Hapgood examined the PIRI race map, discovering puzzling abnormalities. Mercatorial projection was present, a method not employed in Europe until the 16th century. More amazing was the pre-ice depiction of Antarctica, which was unattainable for the time. According to Hapgood's ambitious assertion, a prehistoric society with advanced navigational technology surveyed the globe. He even alluded to the potential of Atlantean or extraterrestrial intervention. The reality is elusive, but it does provide glimpses into the secrets of ancient mapping. Number 3. Lake VIDA lifeforms. Deep beneath the surface of Lake VIDA, scientists have made a discovery that could change our understanding of life. Researchers discovered a robust community of microbes in this hard and freezing environment, where temperatures drop to minus 13 degrees Celsius. The absolute seclusion of these life forms is what makes this discovery truly remarkable. For nearly 2,800 years, Lake Vida's residents have been cut off from the outside world. This old, dark, and oxygen-depleted lake in the McMurdo Dry Valleys is a difficult habitat for life to survive in. The uniqueness of Lake VIDA does not stop there. Its core is almost frozen solid, save for a saline mush in the center, and it contains a brackish liquid 6 times saltier than salt water. This brine is home to a varied assortment of bacteria, demonstrating life even in the harshest environments. Chemical tests indicate that reactions between the brine and the iron-rich sediments beneath the lake produce nitrous oxide and molecular hydrogen, which might be used as an energy source by microbial life. This discovery has far-reaching consequences for not only comprehending life on Earth, but also for our hunt for life elsewhere in the universe. Icy moons like Europa, which may have cryo-ecosystems similar to Earth's, become fascinating candidates for future investigation. Number 2. fungi in Antarctica. In the frozen expanse of Antarctica, where life seems improbable, a mystery unfolds. Beneath the towering wooden huts of legendary explorers Ernest Shackleton and Robert Scott, fungi emerged, thriving in this hostile environment. The huts, constructed over a century ago during the heroic age of polar exploration, hold invaluable artifacts from the past, remnants of humanity's earliest attempts to inhabit this unforgiving continent. Preservation efforts to protect these historical treasures led to an astonishing discovery by Robert Blanchet. Blanchet began to explore these wooden relics. Fungi can sustain themselves by secreting enzymes that break down wood into simpler nutrients, a process known as lignicolous. What makes Blanchet's discovery truly baffling is that no mycologist had previously documented wood-degrading fungi native to Antarctica. This frozen land, devoid of trees for millions of years, seems an unlikely habitat for these organisms. Yet when comparing the DNA of these fungi to known species, Blanchet identified 3 distinct types, suggesting the presence of native species. The huts attacked by these unexpected residents include Shackleton's hut, Scott's hut, and Shackleton's base camp. Blanchet took 9 years to collect hut samples and test preservation methods. The fungi's resilience in this harsh environment raises questions about the nature of life itself. As they adapt to the presence of wood brought by explorers, they reveal the remarkable capacity of life to thrive even in the most extreme environments. Number 1. Fossil forests. In 1833, James Yates came across the first traces of fossilized wood on Antarctica's icy terrain. These findings, far from isolated anomalies, challenge the so-called Antarctic paradox. How could thriving forests exist in a region where temperatures plummeted to minus 83 degrees Celsius and a thick, icy blanket enveloped the land? The answer lies in the distant past when the supercontinent Gondwana cradled vast forests that stretched across what are now separate continents: Australia, Antarctica, and South America. Researchers embarked on a quest to unearth the best-preserved late Paleocene epoch fossils dating back 56 million years. The Paleocene era was marked by rapid warming, culminating in the Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum, which witnessed an astonishing 8 degrees Celsius temperature surge over 10,000 years. This geological blink was the warmest era in the Cenozoic era. As Gondwana fragmented, Earth gradually cooled, giving rise to ice caps around 34 million years ago. Hence, there can be chances of forests flourishing during times of hotter climates. In 2000, an expedition to Seymour Island in the Weddell Sea yielded more specimens. The HMS Endurance researchers successfully uncovered fossil leaves from Seymour Island. These well-preserved impressions, having leaf diversity, challenged assumptions about leaf architecture in low-light polar conditions. These Paleocene fossils, distinguished by their tooth-margined leaves, provide a glimpse into an era of remarkable floral diversity. These fossilized leaves provide data for reconstructing historical climates, suggesting mean annual temperatures of 12 to 14 degrees Celsius and substantial rainfall in Antarctica. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.